Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another episode of League of Primos Weekly Review, also known as, you guessed it, LOPWAR. We're keeping the acronym. It's about as good as ALCA from Phineas and Ferb. So you already know how this is going to go. We're going to go over all the games from the last week, the power rankings, next week's game, and we have a little special surprise today for somebody. So keep in tune and get ready for LOPWAR. First game, going to be Rusty Trombones versus Cleese Jumpy Dumpties, the highest scoring game of the week. We have the Rusty Trombones winning 181.28 to 148.56. Even with Patrick Mahomes getting benched for Joe Flacco, I told you, he's getting his butt on the bench. Ride that Partoni all the way to the bench. I want you all to remember this moment right here when I sat Patrick Mahomes' dumb Kermit self on the freaking bench and started to goat Joe Flacco. Flacco's going off for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 23 rushing yards with an ankle breaker. You heard it here, folks. I will not regret this decision at all. Flacco put up a 33.56 points. They still lost, and unfortunately, so did I. And it turned out Rusty Trombone had the highest score of the week. And it really helps when you get Jamar Chase and Drake London combining for 86.7 points. I mean, obviously that's going to help there. Again, highest scoring match. I dropped to 1-4, which stinks. And you know what? I'm tired of losing. So here's my call out for next week. If I lose next week, I will have to drink a Gayonnaise. And if you don't know what a Gayonnaise is, you bet you know what the Gayonnaise is. It is Guinness and mayonnaise. And if I lose, I will drink one of those. Another thing to add to this game is Cleese Jumpy Dumpties, my team, didn't even play bad. They scored 32 points higher than the projected total. However, does not help when the other team scores 68 points over their projected total. It's still a great game nonetheless. All I can say is all I can go from here is up. In the second game, we have another really good game. Red Lobster Cheddar Biscuits versus the undefeated tight ends, Jack Sparrow's tight ends, and undefeated no more. Cheddar Biscuits won 154.98 to 116.26. The only person who came out for Christian this week, it looks like, is Zay Flowers. Dark Christian this week is Zay Flowers. 24 for him. Now really the only scoring. Cheddar Biscuits had Joe Burrow put out for him 392 yards and 5 touchdowns. Add Kittle's 20.4 points. Tight ends' first loss of the season. However, they still have a really good lineup. We'll see how that goes. The next one was the famed Battle of the Kevins. We have Kevin's awesome team versus Kevin James Hot. And the winner is Kevin James Hot. A decisive battle, 153.74 to 115.14. Trevor Lawrence seemed to be the only person who wanted to come out for Kevin's awesome team. The only person to score over 16 points was Trevor Lawrence in that game. Kevin James Hot got a near 40 points. Kevin James Hot got a near 40-point win. Kevin James Hot got a near 40-point win. And this is even after starting Joe Mixon, who was listed out before the game even started. So even with starting the person who didn't even play the entire time, still won by 40 points. CJ Stroud, 22.94 points, 29.3 from T. Higgins, 25.7 from Brock Bowers. There we go. I can't remember my handwriting. And then 30.2 from Brian Thomas Jr. from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty high scoring game. Good job for you guys. Battle of the Kevins. What can I say? Next up, we have our famed game of the week. At least I thought it was going to be a game of the week until both teams came out and just played awful. You have the Hogwarts Wizards versus the Teyvat Tanks, the two best teams in their division going head-to-head. Who wins that terrible battle, even though both sucked? Of course, Allison comes up with a W there, staying undefeated. The only undefeated team left in the schedule, winning 119.74 to 111.42. Only 2 people scored over 16 points, and that was on Bonbon's team. Granted, he doesn't even look at his team, but still, Allison stays undefeated. As always, there's a reason why her name's always sent on my phone, because she does not take any L's. After that's going to be El Hamburglar versus Branditos Banditos. A decisive victory here. Hamburger winning 165.84 to 126.60. Elham Burglar seems like to be one of the teams to watch out for this year. Allison, if you're hearing this, their team looks pretty good. They've been pretty solid in the last several weeks. Like I said, decisive victory on the back of Cameron Williams having 22.5 and Darnell Mooney with 36.5 points. In the next game, we have one of the other lackluster games of the week. One of the closest games of the week, but still one of the worst games of the week. I Pay My Taxes versus the Bin Laden Bombers, 118.1 to 111.46. Even though I Pay My Taxes started two people who were on a bye week, so, I mean, props to you for winning there. Still had some great performances for him. Kyler Murray, 26.1. Garrett Wilson, 34.1. Ayuk, 27.7. But it's kind of embarrassing to lose to a team who didn't have two people who were starting, who were on bye weeks this week. But I guess Bin Laden just got bombed. That was not good. And last, but certainly not least, we have Lauren's Optimum team versus the Big Tree City Big Bears. And some say the biggest journey comes with one small step. And for somebody here, they just took their first small step. That's right, Lauren getting her first ever fantasy dub. Congratulations, Lauren. I think it's time we celebrate. How about that? Because it's your first win, congratulations. How about we celebrate with a nice first win cake? How about we set the music going and let's partay?
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. And have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration.
Yeah, that's a pretty good cupcake. Alright, let's get to the next part of the video. Alright, so after a little bit of celebration, let's get into our next portion of the video. That's right, we're going into the power rankings, new and updated. We go from 14 to 1. At number 14, don't let this stop your party, Lauren. You're at 14 for now, but remember, like I said, a win streak has to start with one win. At number 13, myself, Cleese Jumpty Dumpties. Remember, I won last year, was second place the year before that, and won the first year, and now I'm almost in the basement there. At number 12, we had the Big C Tree Big Bear. Wow! The Big Tree City Big Bears. I've been doing so good at that this year. That's terrible. At 11, Abe Lincoln's Rusty Trombones. 10, Kevin's Awesome Team. Number 9, we have the Bin Laden Bombers going to 9. Hopefully they don't drop to 11 next time. At number 8, we got Branditos Banditos. 7, I Pay My Taxes. 6 is the Red Lobster Cheddar Biscuits, moving up a bit. At 5, dropping down a bit, we have Tayvat Tanks. 4, Kevin's James Hot is coming up. 3, Jack Sparrow's Tight Ends drop down 1 spot. We have Elham Burglar moving up 1 spot. And then we have the Hogwarts Wizards at 1. Of course, they're the undefeated team, so yay. In the next part, we're going to recognize our highest scoring person of the week with 181.28 points. Rusty Trombones, Abe Lincoln's Rusty Trombones. Congratulations there, Nick. Uncle Nick. We have too many Nicks and Christians. Just celebrate shit.
Man, I say the same thing every single time. I say you the best, you the best, you the best, you the best, you the best I ever had, best I ever had, best I ever had, best I ever had. I say you.
And then now, this is the closest it's ever been, the lowest scoring person of the week. First of all, this is the first week you had everybody over 110 points. Everybody over 100 points. Congratulations. We have two bottom feeders, though. With 111.42 points, we have Tavat Tanks barely being worse than Bin Laden's Bombers at 111.46. So, Bon, you won't be watching this. You won't be doing your lineup, but you're still tonight's big loser.
Can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally. How bad can I be? I'm just following my destiny. How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally. How bad can I be? How bad can I possibly be?
And then finally, we're going to go into the next week's matchups. We have Cleese Jumpty Dumpties versus El Hamburglar with the chance of a Gayonnaise drinking on the line. We then have Kevin James Hot versus the Red Lobster Cheddar Biscuits, Rusty Trombones versus I Pay My Taxes, the Jack Sparrow's Titans versus the Beak Tree City Big Bears, first try. We got Kevin James Awesome Team versus the Hogwarts Wizards, undefeated, remaining undefeated. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Then we have Branditos Banditos versus Lawrence Optimum Team, going for dub number 2. And then we have Bin Laden's Bombers versus the Tavat Tanks. Should be some heavy artillery going on in that game. That's it for the week. You know what? Cue the music again. Let's celebrate.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. And have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration.
No, like, I swear to God, if I have to drink Gayonnaise next week, I'm going to be super freaking pissed.